So, step one of the collegiate networker is learning how to tell your own story. Now, telling your story is one of the most important things that anybody can learn how to do. Think about it. There are only a few unique things in this world about you. One, obviously your DNA, of course, but then two is your story. It's the way that you tell everything that you've done to the world in the way that the world sees you. So it's really important to do it, and a lot of people don't know how to do it. If I told you, tell me your 2-minute story, do you think you'd be able to do it? Personally, when I was starting out my networking journey, I didn't know how to do that, and that's okay. But I've created a simple plan where you can tell your story in a way that every great story that we've ever listened to has been told. Interestingly enough, all the great stories that we hear, whether it's Oscar movies, whether it's Star Wars, or literature, or great books that you love, they all follow the same storyline. So we're gonna get into that and teach you how to do that and create your own story based on that storyboard. So let's get into it. On this lesson, you'll see an attachment, and it's gonna be a worksheet. I want you to go ahead and open that worksheet. Now, as you can see, the worksheet, it's a typical storyboard. So that story that I was telling you that every great storyteller tells, it's right here. So I want to go through some of the scenes within this storyboard. I'll give you an example, but I want to go through them. So first, you've got the call to action. Everybody has a call to action in their life, whether it's been a moment that you really found yourself, or it could be just as simple as wanting to join a football team or whatever sport you play, or wanting to do better in school, or wanting to go out and get involved in your community through service projects. Think about that time that you felt called to act on something, right? So I give you a few examples of how to figure out how to find that call to action, but just think about it. And then after you have your call to action, the next scene is going to be taking those first steps. Now, taking the first steps is crucial to telling your story, because even though you have a call to action, many people don't ever act on that. Many people have great ideas, but they never go out on it. So you got to think about when you actually went out and took that first step, whether it was joining the team and practicing for the first time, or whether it was spending all night studying for the next test because you wanted to become a better student. Think about that time. And then this is the greatest part of storytelling, is figuring out the challenges, incurring challenges when you start to take on your call. So think about it. Everybody loves those battle scenes. Everybody loves the internal struggles. And you have those too, whether it's injuries that happen, or whether it's just your natural abilities, whether you weren't born as smart or as athletic. You know, figuring out what those challenges are and going through those battles. And then next is overcoming the challenge. So once you have the challenge, you have to overcome it. So overcoming the challenge could mean, training harder, studying more because of your natural abilities been lacking. Whether it's, think about it, the times that you've had to overcome your challenges, you want to be able to tell that in your storyboard. And then finally, there's going to be, once you overcome those challenges, who you want to be, who you're seen as. And this could be called the return home. So it's just thinking about where you want to be in the next few years, if there's more challenges to overcome, or things like that. So this example, the worksheet that you're looking at right now, start brainstorming some ideas and jotting down ideas so that you can create your storyboard, because I give you some examples, but your storyboard is, like I said, it's the most unique thing that you can tell. And I've laid out the guide to help you do this. And in the next lessons, we're gonna go into how to discern more and fine tune those ideas that you have for your storyboard. And then we're gonna go into how to tell the story in a fascinating way that'll leave everybody awestruck.